Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I was going to say Thursday, wishing the week away. Happy Tuesday. My name is Karen Scott. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. So, welcome to today's live. Today I'm playing with the Beary Cute Suite. I didn't check to find out whether or not it was sold out. I don't think it is. But it is a really cute, let me just share up in the corner, a really cute suite. It comes with the stamp set and a punch that goes along with it. It has some really cute designer series paper. It comes with some ribbon and embossing folder, snowflake embossing folder. And it also comes with Memories and More card pack and cards and envelopes. So and some ribbon and some glitter sequins. So you get quite a bit in the suite, and it's only $138.25. So let me just share my screen. You can take just a quick peek. And there we go. So I don't have all of the pieces in front of me. I've been cutting through the designer series paper, so all you'd see is pieces. But anyway, this is everything that's included in the suite, and it's a really good price point. So anyway, that's what I'm playing with today. I'm gonna do a couple of cards, one a little bit easier than the other, and let me just put this aside, maybe behind me, so it doesn't get in the way. And I will keep, I didn't balance my camera. There we go. All right. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Margaret Ann. Hello, Denise. Happy Tuesday. And welcome. So let me just show you today what I'm going to be showing you. So this is going to be my first card. And now what I did was I took the designer series paper and I cut out this bear. You can use the punch to cut out. And then I fussy cut this image out of the designer series paper, and I used it. So we used the embossing folder and some other of the designer series paper. So anyway, that's going to be my first card. So let me just pull in some stuff. I'm going to, let's get a scrap piece of paper so I don't, and all of my fix-ins. No, wrong one. Okay, so I guess I will bring in the designer series paper package, and you will see what a mess this is. Got stuff stuck to it. So I've been playing with this for quite a bit now, and these are all of my pieces that are fussy cut and punched, and oh, I need that. A present. So all my bears. I just went along and cut everything out. So what I'm going to do is I need this piece of this sheet of designer series paper. And what I'm going to do is, this is the back side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this, because today I'm going to use the Starry Sky. So I'm going to cut this. I'm going to save this for another card that I am doing, or cards that I'm doing on Thursday. So let's take this, bring in our cutting tool, and I'm going to just measure it out and see how much I can cut off without taking the bears. So I can do it at about 6 inches. So let's just cut that at 6 inches. All right, so we'll keep this. We'll cut this down. So you will end up with 4 pieces of, if we cut it at 4, we'll end up with 3 pieces, sorry, that we can use. All right, and I did have a piece here. So this piece is a 4-inch piece. I'm going to cut it at, I want 5 1/4. So we'll save all of these for another project. This I'm going to cut down because what I need is, like I said, a piece of basic white cardstock, and I want to emboss it with that snowy embossing folder. And I'm going to use that as the snow at the bottom of the card. So this I only need for the sky piece. So I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to take this piece. Let's see. And I'm going to, this is 4 by 5 1/4 as well. And I'm going to rip it. Just to make some kind of like snowbanks, I guess, right? All right, so now let's measure this. And I don't want to use the whole thing because I might be able to use the bottom part. So I'm just going to I'm going to measure this. And so I am going to cut about 2 inches off this. And that'll just give me enough. I hope. All right. So there we go. And I will keep this for another project. Okay. So let's just put that aside for a minute. Let's bring in our stuff. Now I need a card base. So I'm going to have to bring in some, let's do Balmy Blue. I'll grab that. Just so that we don't have lots of Night of Navy. Cut our base down to 5 1/2. Scored at 4 1/4. Thanks for sharing, Margaret Ann. All right. There we go. Now we're set. Bring in my foam folder, crease the edge, and let's see if this works for me now. And I'm going to adhere these. Okay. And what I did was I just want a little bit of definition, I guess. But it's going to blend into the sky. So I am going to use my Night of Navy dauber and just put some and cover up where I ripped. Okay. And now I'm going to adhere that here. So with the Memories and More packages, you can make multiple cards. So you don't have to do these. You can just simply make cards, or use them, give them to your kids, your grandkids, let them come up with their own cards. All right. So now, like I said, I fussy cut this out. I'm going to lay that down. And I'm going to bring in the punched bear. And I'm going to put him there. So the other thing that I did was I had, you get them in the Memories and More cards. Or, whoops. There's my other cards. Can't give that away. You can take this if you want. And you can cut the presents out. They're a little big for this project. But also there's some designer series paper that has the gifts on it as well. In with the designer series paper. And I'm going to use that. Or I used that and I cut some presents out just to add to this. Okay, I'm going to pop up my bear. A couple of dimensionals. So he's following right along there, and I have some presents cut out. Then I'm just going to lay at the bottom of the tree and the bear. So let's pop a couple of them up and flip that one over. And then all we need is some scrap for a sentiment. So let's see what I have on my table here. I think this should fit. There is a Merry Christmas stamp. I just cleaned all my blocks today. I've got a little tip for cleaning my blocks. I ran out of Glue Be Gone, and I had some other adhesive cleaner for my scan and cut machine, but I have run out. So simple little tip. I grabbed a little baby bottle of Johnson's baby oil and used them, and now I've got some nice clean blocks and a paper trimmer, and away we go. Yep. Okay, so one of the stamps says Merry Christmas. I've just stamped that, and I am going to put that up here. So all I'm going to do is take my paper snaps and cut that off, pop it up. I don't know what happened to my mini dimensionals. They were around, but I've been playing and moving stuff around, trying to clean up here. Let's see. Yeah, they fit. Not too bad. They're not too big, so I bent that. All right. So you could take and sponge around the edges of that as well. Probably should have done that. But so there's your first card. Pretty simple. And that's just using the designer series paper and a little bit of cardstock. So there's so much you can do if you cut out all the little pieces. So, all right. Thank you, Kathy. So how are you ladies today? It started off raining this morning here, and then it cleared up, and it's beautiful outside now. So It's a nice day to be outside, I think. All right, so my second card, let me show you this. Okay, so this is, what do you call it? A gatefold card. But this, we have a belly band. I'm just going to take that off. And as you can see, I used one of these little cards that comes in the Memories and More card or pack, and I use circle die, the stylish shapes dies, and cut out Give the Gift of Christmas Cheer. So this one could be Let It Snow, and we'll play with that when we get to it. And this card was inspired by Dawn Griffith and at Dawn's Stampin' Thoughts. And I can't remember what she calls it though, but you open it up and have a couple mechanisms and sew a little, I don't know whether you'd consider it a snow globe with a bear in it or snowballs with bears on them. So thank you. Thank you, Denise. So anyway, that's going to be our second card. So I'm going to show you how to put that together. And I will leave that. We'll move these out of the way. I will leave that there. So the first thing you're going to need is just a regular, cut down for a regular card base. You need 5.5 by 8.5, or yes, 5.5 by 8.5. Scored it at. Let's bring in our paper trimmer. And I just need to make sure that this is 5.5. Okay, and so then we're going to score it at 2 1/8. There we go. Okay, and flip it around and score it at 2 1/8 again. And there we have our gatefold. So, yeah, I love this fun fold too. I had, there were so many cards. I saw her do this. I saw Dawn do a video showing this, and I was going to do it with the silly, and this, I can't remember what she'd used. Was the donkeys. It was quite a while ago anyway. And she'd made them. And then when the silly goose came out, I wanted to do that. So I'll show you what I did here. This has been sitting on my desk for months and months. But anyway, I went ahead and I started to make this. And I was going to put the silly goose on. And then I watched a video and she had already done it. So it's like, oh, scrap that idea. So I've been waiting to do it and just waiting for the right card. Okay, so I've got a piece of designer series paper, and this is 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to cut my pieces for the front of the gatefold. So I want to cut those at 1 7/8, and I need 2 of them. And there we go. So we just got to have a little smidgen. So we'll have that. We need an inside piece, 5 1/4 by 4. And we're going to put that in. Then we need a couple of pieces of to make our mechanism. So seeing as we're using the Night of Navy, I want to cut a couple of pieces. Now I don't want them too thick so that you can see them. So I've cut them down to 3/4 of an inch. So cut a strip on the long side of your paper at 3/4 of an inch. And then I'm going to cut these down to 5 inches, 2 pieces at 5 inches. All right, now we're going to score. So what I want to do is I want to score at 1 inch. On both ends. And then on one end only, I want to score it at 2 inches. So at one end, you've got scored at 1 and 2, then flip it around and score it at 1 inch on the other end. So I could do it this way. 1, 2, flip it around. And I could have used the other side of the trimmer as well. Yeah, 1 inch. So now we've got 2 of those. All right, so let's start putting these together. Put my stamp and seal. How many people like stamp and seal? That was one of the questions at a get to know you or an icebreaker, I guess, at our team barbecue that we had. Nobody likes stamp and seal. I love it. It can be finicky, but all right, center those so you have a little bit of a border. So we have that. Now I'm going to take and I'm going to put my center in. Okay. And let's take our mechanisms. We're just going to fold them on the score lines. And we're going to put them in. Now, if you want, and what I did was I brought in my ruler just so that I could make it even because I'm always way off. So I'm going to put glue, my stamp and seal, at both ends, the 1 inch pieces. So now I could use liquid glue, but I find if I mess up, it's easier to take off the stamp and seal than it is to take off the liquid glue. So what I'm going to do is just put this over and I'm going to put it up to the 1 inch mark. And I'm going to fold that over and put that down. Now I'm going to take this and fold it under and just lay it out. And I should have my fold just right. So let's do the same thing with our other piece. And again, I'm going to bring in my ruler and mark it at 1 inch. Oops, and oh, be careful of the side. I didn't, this one I just, I did automatically. So you want just the 1 inch side where it's scored on 1 inch to go here. You want the 2, when you've got the 2 score lines, you want that in the middle on the white part. So you could also take it, fold it down like this. And you've got your fold. So either way is fine. And there you've got your mechanisms. Yeah, you know what? I need the wiggle room too, Denise, with the green glue, but I find that once it's on, to get it off, you're ripping things. So this one, I just have my little spatulas, and I can go underneath and just lift it up, and it's no damage to the under part. So that's how I do it. But everybody's different. So all right, now what you could do, we're going to open this up, and I want to take my Merry Christmas stamp, and I'm going to stamp it across here. So let's bring in our Night of Navy, or you could do it in the balmy blue if you wanted, but I want it to stand out because we're going to have a lot going on this page. And stamp that there. Now, on this one, I cut a couple pieces of the Coordinating Designer Series paper, and I put, because I had that there, I think I have this piece of Designer Series paper left over from the other card. I can cut a couple of pieces of that and put that on the inside if I wanted. And now would be the time to do it. So let's cut this down to, we need that at 4 inches and 2 pieces. So I'm going to cut them just at a 1/2 inch. Half-inch piece. Sorry, I did that off camera, but all right. Line those up. No, you don't have to do this. You could leave it plain. All right. So we have that. Now, I went ahead. Whoops. Sorry, I'm trying to read and I'm having accidents here. Yeah, look at that. So let's see if this baby oil will take that off. Maybe some of it. I have to go wash my hands. But anyway, as long as this doesn't transfer to anything, I'm good. All right. So it is so easy. It is so easy, Denise. I promise you. Just get a metal spatula of some kind. Okay. So now we need the inside. So I have already gone ahead and used my Stylish Shapes dies, and I used the biggest die, and I cut out. This is for the front. We're going to put that on the belly band, one big one, and then 2 of the, I believe it's the next size down. And these fit perfectly because I measured them to make sure. So what you want to place them so that they're even, but also so that when you close this, you're scooting by. You're not getting caught up on the, you see how the circles are separated a bit? So now we're going to take and put some glue on both of our mechanisms. I find with liquid glue, I get it all over the place. I get it all over my hands, and I'm just a sticky mess because it leaks out all over the place. Okay. So let's just make sure before we push it down, don't push it down. That one needs to be up higher a little bit. And then, without getting my head in the picture, just make sure, yeah, and there we go. So now I can push them down. And let's see. Now we want to decorate. So I've gone ahead and like I said, I've got on this one I punched out this, I stamped and punched out the bear. And this one I stamped and cut it out. These ones I fussy cut. So I've got some things to decorate with. I got this little guy, so I just need to choose. The other thing is in the Memories and More pack, they have all of these. There's some bears on here, a seal, the Christmas tree, some little presents, you know, a deer, a couple of deer. So you can put on here whatever it is you like. So I thought I think I'm going to use these bears. Or am I? These are so cute. And see, we could have used these to decorate the bottom of the card and the top of the card. Have some, let's see. Okay, peel that off and put this bear right here. Let's do the easy peasy and just make it cute. Now I'm going to put on some presents, and there's presents on both of these. Some bigger ones and some smaller ones. So let's just decorate it up. I could put a Christmas tree on too. And let's see. Okay. I don't want to use them all up, and the bear already has some presents on his back, but there we go. So we've got our inside. The other thing that I did on the other card was I used my finger dauber again, and I put some blue around the outside, which I kind of like. It gave it some color, but I didn't do it here, so that's okay too. So now we just need to make our belly band. And we'll put those aside. So I've got a 1-inch strip off the long side of, or so it is 9.5 or 1 inch by 11. I'm going to cut it down because I don't need it that long, but let's close this up. We want to take it, fold it loosely. You don't want it too tight. Because you want to be able to slip it on and off. So I'm going to cut off a little bit of this. Just using my paper snips. Let's put a little bit of glue. And now we've got this. So let's see. Do we want to cut this out? I think so. I think we're going to do that. So I am going to grab my stamp cut and emboss machine and my stylish Shapes dies. And let's see, clean some room off here. Take that. Sorry, standing up, you get to see my body. All right. And we have, ta-da! So I'm going to take that on my bigger circle that is also embossed with the snowflake die, and I'm going to put that right in the middle. You could have had these small, but we want a sentiment. So, and see how easy this is with the Memories and More kit. You don't even have to stamp it, like this whole card. You don't have to put the Merry Christmas in the middle, but this whole card would be made out of designer series paper and cut and emboss. So really, really simple. And if you didn't want to try the mechanisms, you could just make a scene on the inside with the bear and stuff, and just do a simple gatefold card. And let's see, it's not too tight. And there we have our card. So the only thing now we need is embellishment. So you always have to put some bling on it. But that is our cards for today. Let me clean up my mess here. And let me know what you think. So there we have our gatefold something card. All right, so that is it for me today. And oh, thanks, Denise. So let's remove that. I'll put that up there so you can still see it. And that is it. I hope you enjoyed that, or give you some ideas. Anyway, I was watching a video with my upline, Karina, and she had Sharon on stamping, and I saw quite a few ideas using the Memories and More cards and packages. So anyway, this is just hopefully a couple more that you can add if you've seen the video. If not, well, check out Karina Chin at karinastamps.com and Karina Stamps on YouTube, and you can see all of Sharon's ideas. So anyway, there's just a couple more. So that's I will let you all go back to whatever it is that you're doing. Hopefully some crafting. It is now 20 to 5, and I'm going to go and get dinner started. So have a wonderful evening, and I will see you again on Thursday at 4 o'clock. And we'll play some more with the Beary Christmas Suite. So anyway, bye for now.